Am I on endgame? Oh yeah. This is endgame. So what we need to figure out is like what's left on our list before we do the main quest.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
So the things we need to do for sure is we need to go over to... Why can I not use anything? What's going on here? Just because I was running? Oh, yeah, I guess it was. That's weird. All right, so let's go here first. So yeah, I think the plan right now is statue, Batal, Vern, and then main area.
We seem to have arrived without issue.
But I don't know if
say
that's
here.
everything. I wonder if there's other stuff we should do. I want to make sure we do every single side quest we can. The game will make it very clear once you've done everything in endgame. Oh. Okay. Do you need to play Dragon's Dogma 1 before 2? There are things in Dragon's Dogma 2
a ballista.
that are directly connected to Dragon's Dogma 1. So you will get a slightly better gameplay experience playing 1 before 2. However, a huge portion of Dragon's Dogma 2 is basically like a reboot of 1, and everything about it feels better than 1. Like the pawn AI, climbing on enemies, graphics, like the majority of Dragon's Dogma 2 feels like a 1 reboot. And unless you're... This is what I'll say. It's worth playing DD1 if you're a world-building lore nerd. But if you're not somebody that intrinsically really likes that stuff, you're better off just starting in 2. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
This could grant us an edge in
There
battle
are a few lore
if we
connections
use it
that
well.
are really cool, to be fair. But there's also a huge amount of stuff that's just completely reboot rehash. So, oh. Hey, it's the devil's... Oh. Wait, am I fighting?
Behold, it moves. Though what impelled it, I cannot say. Go forth, Talos. May you strike down any dragon in your path.
The statue came alive again.
Sense no hostility from it. Let us see what it aims to achieve ere we act against it.
Wait, follow faces? Is that...
We have greater concerns at present. Let us see what comes of this.
Oh. Oh, there it is. Bad ass. Damn, Lena. Oh. Is that the one I get to fight? Oh. How in the hell do I get up there?
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
Have you following them? This is why you don't have a red beam. Talos kills the red beam Purginers if you beat Talos quickly. This is your reward for felling Talos early before endgame. Oh. So I don't have to fight these dragons because...
It's about time we pressed on.
Dude, I am watching a giant... Shut up! Alright. Is this like an eternal fight, or is there going to be a winner? I want to fight. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to fight. You can't even go there? Oh. Damn, he broke that thing's head through its shield. Normally that's invulnerable to the shield. Damn, girl, look at you go. So Talos is kind of super interesting. Like,
the statue size.
are we going to learn more about who built this and where it came from and what its
Did the
purpose
pawn
is?
within impel the statue to action?
Huh.
Is this how our world is to meet its end? How uninspired.
Well, that's a little fourth wall-y, Capcom. Jeez.
Is this how our world...
Okay. Oh, there's Lena just running back. Cool. Where's Phases?
This was your doing, was it not? I'll not pretend to understand, but you have my gratitude all the same. 'Twas enough to give me hope of snatching this world from the jaws of ruin.
Truly, the strength of the mortal will ne'er ceases to amaze.
You seem distracted. Is aught amiss?
Perhaps you believe destruction to be my goal. That I seek to bring an end to this ill-begotten world. However, naught could be further from the truth. In this world, I exist only to observe, to read all that unfolds.
Arisen?
Hydration is
Could it be that
required.
the world forged addresses you even now?
Well, 'twould seem that this man is aware of my presence, if only in part.
I confess I know not what you are. Nor do I care. Be you a transcendent being of a piece with the divine, or only an observer keeping watch on us from afar, know this. You have no right to deem this world a mistake.
Damn.
He bears a will strong and true. Had he but chosen a different path, he would have made a fine Arisen.
Oh, wow.
Yet, there is no sense lamenting what might have been, for that title has lost all meaning.
I know, right? There's, like, yeah.
After all, what need is there for Arisen in a world coming apart at the seams?
You underestimate mortal kind at your peril.
Wait, can you hear her?
Mark my words. The day will come when I divine the truth of this world. And on that day, I shall free it from its yoke, from the burden of this loathsome dogma of dragons!
I wonder if we play Face this next game.
Ah, I'll take that.
That was,
We might find a use
maybe
for
that's a
it.
DLC thing. My lord, dude. I feel like Faces is definitely an interesting character, and he knows more about this world than any other character that we have dealt with. Outside
A
of maybe the
ballista
crazy
is a
guy by the
ranged
sea.
weapon. This could grant us an edge in battle.
So I think at this point we are done here. So let's go talk to the crazy guy at the sea, because I want to see if he has anything to talk about with all this stuff going on. There we go.
If we use it well.
Can I collect crystals from the dragon? Chat was saying that I cannot get loot, unfortunately. That's the downside of having the dragons fight your fight for you. Why are you glowing, bro? Oh, you've got a lantern on, that's why. That makes sense. That makes a scary amount of sense. Hey, old guy, what's up?
Alas, there'll be no sailing out in my boat after this. Those who call me a madman ought to leave me be. Why must I explain? The proof is in the pudding. Alas. Those who call me a madman ought... Why must I explain? All I say is true. Oh, that's right. I was telling you about the gigantis, until you went off somewhere. Humph. Young people are so impatient. Now, listen well. The gigantis is an earthen structure that hearkens to the voice of the sea, for 'tis a servant of the brine. Just as the Arisen commands the pawns, so too does the sea's peril compel the gigantis. Supposedly, the brine have their colossal servant monitor the dragon to ensure that it commits no acts of excess. As for what the brine deem an act of excess, I could not tell you. Some would argue that 'tis the hand of excess what brings the cup of fine ale to our lips time and time again. But what of it? Those unbidden sips of ale are what keep the throat from growing parched. Without them, life would be a dull affair indeed. That brings me back to what I was saying about the... what was I talking about again? Ah, of course, the gigantis.
Thank you, Dune Alien.
'Tis formed of clay, and tall enough to graze its brow upon the very clouds. What's more, 'tis said its lofty gaze watches o'er the world even now. And should it be stirred to life by the voice of the sea, mayhap 'twould do aught to put that dragon in its place. You do not believe, but I assure you 'tis no less than the truth. I've beheld it all with my own eyes.
So there is all sorts of interesting stuff here. One thing that's kind of wild to think about is the way we created this world was by using the Godsway dagger on ourselves. Not the dragon. But the point of the Colossus is to fight the dragons, which are now spilling into the world because we killed ourselves, which makes me wonder, was the presence of the original dragon like a cork in the bottle of dragons? And then when we killed ourselves, we killed the dragon because we're connected, and that let all the other dragons out. Because the weird thing here is, if we killed ourselves to break the cycle, then why are all these corrupted? Like, one thing that's also interesting here, and that I think is very telling, is that none of the dragons are normal looking. Every dragon we fight has like this weird brine horn. Like, it's like they're being controlled by something else. Which means we have, like, literally a faction of this game, which is the dragons, are being controlled by a different faction for its purposes. But from the sounds of it, the World Forged is not that side. So it sounds like it's because the World Forged oversees the... Well, see, this is where it gets weird, because the World Forge oversees the brine. The brine seems to have moved to the sky. The dragons fall out of the sky.
Eyes, and I can still scarce believe it.
So, like, it's clear that the World Forged has control of the brine. The brine is what's creating the corrupted dragons. But the World Forged is also stating that she doesn't intervene. So if the World Forged is not intervening on her own behalf for her own machinations, who is controlling the dragons right now? And why are they controlling the dragons right now? Oh, it's chat? Chat's controlling the dragons. See, that makes a lot more sense. I feel like that was the missing piece. The hell are those?
Arisen, we ought to heal ourselves while we have a chance. If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die. Understood.
I shall summon a storm to blow our foes away.
This class is so badass.
Pull that off with nearly a hitch. It will be a rude shock for our foe to find you pinch their loot.
I think he's in there somewhere. Ooh, there goes. Whee! Okay, cool, great. Question is, when do Arisens become the new dragon? In DD1, it was established that Arisens who fail to become the next Seneschal are transformed into new dragons. And the drakes you fight here keep calling you their silent-hearted kin, which seems to indicate the same thing. Anonymous gifter with the 11 bomb, thank you so much. So here's the thing. They're playing with two different things in this game. An Arisen can lose to a dragon, but keep their will. And if an Arisen keeps their will, they continue to be the Arisen. If the Arisen loses their will to fight, then they keep their Arisen powers, but the dragon finds a new Arisen. So that's why we have Arisens around the world. The Arisens that are around the world that are still here, that have not become dragons or been killed by a dragon, these are Arisen that have lost their will to fight. So in the first game, we do get turned into a dragon if we lose to the Seneschal, but that could very much be us losing our will, or maybe having too much will in a different... One of the things they're playing with in this game is the fact that will is power. Will is powerful. So I think the idea is that at the end of DD1, going from what we know in this game, you can will your position of power to be the dragon. So, you know. Yeah, Turbo Muspel says, get a job, you worthless human being. Thank you. I tried that for most of my life, actually. Yeah. was okay, but this one's a lot more fun. Yeah. Also, frankly, a lot better than any of my last jobs, but yeah. But we're good. We're good. Thank you. But anyway, that is where we are right now. I will say the more if all of this lore actually makes sense and is not just retconned lore all over the place, this game actually has like a very cool world. I've really, really enjoyed discovering new bits of information, trying to integrate that into the main narrative of what we understand. Like, I've actually really enjoyed that about this world. But there are parts of me that are a little concerned that some of this doesn't make sense. There's a little part of me that is wondering, like, how much of this is...
Oh, I can't wait to find out what's inside.
How much of this is, like, thought out and, like, Hodor levels of storytelling, and how much of this is just, oh, it might be cool if we do this. You know, like, we'll just put in some dragons and figure it out later.
Here, old wager.
Like, I don't know which one it is. Okay, so let's do Batal next. Yep. Did you happen to find a couple, did you happen to find all the lore slabs in the desert area? We found a couple, but like they didn't really give us enough to
While we're here.
want me to find the rest. Like, all the writing was so disjointed and it didn't even like really, yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense when I saw it. Do we want to do Vernworth next? Well, no, yeah, let's do Vern next. Let's do Vern next. We haven't been here for a while. Yeah, I will say that this game,
well enough.
the world development of this
Where to
game
next?
is, I would make it akin much more to a generic Souls-like world and far less to an RPG world. This game does a lot of presenting the facts to the players and then
Shall we see
having them figure it out, then telling the
to put
player
it to
what's
good
going on.
use.
Oh my god. Wow. It's all totally different. It's wild, dude. Anyway. Happy 11 years. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we need to deposit before we go. Good call. Let's do that. Oh, we should get Lena some faction. Do we still need Lena to be max faction with us?
First impressions count for much.
That a
If
thing?
you like, I can recommend you a new hairstyle or manner of face paint.
Face paint. Love it. Skin sheen. Oh wow, I didn't realize you could adjust the sheen. So actually, like, living in the world where you need to connect the information and basically research things on your own if you're interested, or remain ignorant. Pretty much. So if you just played through the main story of this game, the main story tells you does not
Why,
go
sir,
into a
you
lot of the
look
detail that makes this world
exquisite.
interesting. Yeah. So, like, it's the kind of thing where the game
I
very,
happen to
very much
understand Elvish, Master.
seems to reward you for
How might I serve you, Arisen?
for really kind of looking into it, exploring it, that kind of stuff. Why am I changing my pawn so often? So, if you there's a hidden pawn faction system. There's a hidden pawn affiliation system.
Need anything?
And getting your pawn to max affiliation can alter the endgame. Yep.
As long as you please.
Nogs TV, hell yeah, dude. Oh man, it's been a while.
These are troubled times, but rest assured.
I miss streaming every day by Elo. Those were good times. Oh. We don't need. Dude, I have way too much stuff right now. Just way too much. I have too many things. Okay. Still average, though. that away. Put that away. Don't need you. I do need to get more of the. I'm full on branches.
Board shall remain.
Let's get more of the portal stones. Only 45 left. Oh, this is gonna be tough. All right.
Open and our beds. You know where to find me.
Pawn Affinity adds additional dialogue to the ending. It won't change anything in any major way, but the dialogue is interesting from a lore perspective. Okay. It's this moment when it's really hard to watch the stream. You still want to... oh my god. Miraculum Games with a 69 sub bomb! Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a very nice bomb. What does chat think about that bomb? I'm curious about. Yoni MCI, thank you very much. Oh yeah, there seems to be a relative general consensus in that. Okay, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Thanks, guys. And thank you, Miraculum Games. Very much appreciate it. Nice out of 10. There we go. Oh, I'd say that's nice out of 10.
I'll take the night one to the desk.
Surely I'm overdue a day or
Boodoo boop boodoo boodoo boop boo. 1 second, Chatterino. Bambino.